Hey folks, Dr. Killinger here again. What a follow-up overview on the KO Oversized Warbotron. As you recall, we recently did the individual bots, highlighted some of their minor nitpicks, minor flaws, and their strengths over the original. So today we're going to go ahead and follow up with the combined mode. I'll let you guys know what I think, what I found, what I've noticed, how well he stands up, poses, holds his own weight, etc. As you can see right now, he's standing there unsupported, and please forgive the way I'm recording. It's the only way I can get it completely into frame using the small space that I'm working in. But we'll go ahead and we'll get started with the review, or correction, the overview. Here's the way he basically stands in an A stance, unsupported. The ratchets on everything are very strong, with the exception of the ones that are actually inside of Blast Off and Vortex. I've been having a hard time keeping them up at a proper angle, and it may not be necessarily just those that are weak, but also the, the shoulders on Onslaught, where they peg into, don't allow it to splay out too much further without coming back in on their own weight. Other than that, all the other ratchets are actually really good and do a fantastic job of supporting everything and keeping it all held together. One word of advice that I would say, even though he has strong ratchets in the thighs for the in and out, he still tends to slip if you have it on a slippery surface like I have here, which he's on glass. So he still tends to slip. Even if you have him, as you can see, when I try to put his legs together, he tries to slip a little bit. It won't go all the way full A stance, but he does slip, so that's something you may want to consider if you plan on displaying him on a slippery surface. Alright, let's go ahead and check out some of the upper body ratchets first, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the lower body ratchets. The arms here, they have the full range of motion. One thing I should also note that I am forgetting is I do have him in fan mode. In my opinion, it looks a lot better than the official. So just keep that in mind. I just rotated the shoulders in the other direction so his arms sit lower down. Personal preference. You guys can do it however you want. So I guess we should go ahead and put him back in the original configuration that the manual calls for the sake of this review. Alright, there we go. Okay, well the shoulder, that's the way it's supposed to be. And ratchet, it's pretty good. But again, this does have its own set of problems. You see, it's having a hard time standing up. And that's why I personally would also prefer it in the fan mode. He has no problem keeping up the weight there, but he does tend to fall a little bit forward. And that's not necessarily a fault of the ratchets. That's actually just poor weight distribution. He tends to lean forward when you have the gun and the arm fully extended like this. See that? Again, that's not a fault of the ratchets. They're not really giving in under the weight. It's just the fact that there's just so much on the front end over here causing it to go forward. But you see, he holds the gun up no problem, and also the ratchets stay in place pretty well. You can hear they're also pretty loud ratchets. They are very strong. Well, that's my fault. I knocked it off with the background. But we'll go ahead and remove those for now. They might just keep falling off. The leg ratchets are actually stronger than the arm ratchets. And that's obvious because they need to support the full weight of it. As you can see, you got a nice click in both directions. knee ratchets are also super strong. Those are the strongest ratchets on the whole thing, is the ones in the knee. And he also does have, like I mentioned in the other video, he has the ankle ratchets, which was a really nice bonus that they molded into it. Alright. He has, again, no problem standing under his own weight, supporting his own weight. He doesn't fall. He may lean a little bit forward when you have his arms fully extended, but again, that's just weight distribution. It can't be helped with these toys. He actually stands better than my original, which I also own. The original does not have joints or ratchets that are as tight as this, and this one, they fixed those, so it's been taken care of. I don't think he'll be falling. I mean, let's push him here a little bit. You see, he's not falling back, and he's also not falling forward with just minor movements. You could push him back. He will eventually fall in either direction. But as far as just, accidentally tipping your shelf or moving him when trying to reach over to get something else, he's not going to fall. He's not going to go nowhere. Let's do a quick size comparison. Here he is next to the Fans Toys Dinobots. You can see these guys are microscopic compared next to him. He's huge. Those are the Fan Toys Dinobots. Masterpiece scale. Versus a giant Bruticus. Whoa. No, I kid. These are the the Unique Toys Dinobots. We'll be doing a review on those later as well, since those are samples that I got recently. And they basically look like mini MPs. Here he is with an actual MP scale bot. DX9 Mitron. Huge, really nice, really good scale. People like Masterpiece scale, and I can see why. I'm not big on Masterpiece scale. I'm into the Voyagers. There's more options for me, and I just prefer the smaller ones. But here he is also next to DX9's Hanzo, which is also gigantic. And let's go ahead and get him next to the Machine Boy blast off that we did yesterday for a Voyager scale. There he is right there. Giant. Very big. Anybody who wants him for their Masterpiece scale will not be disappointed. Quality is definitely there, especially for the price. He comes in under 150, most places shipped. And compared to the original, which had a lot of flaws and also cost close to 500 on release, it is definitely a piece you should pick up. Right now, everything we have is sold out. That's arriving in the next week, but we will be restocking at 145 shipped in the States in about 3 weeks. So if you want one of those, send us an email at drkillinger@gcitoys.com, or go ahead and send us a PM, a private message. We're also on Facebook, as many as you know, at the Guild of Concoctionist Intent. If you want to order a PM through there and order through there, and we'll be happy to take as many orders as we can before they sell out. Anyway, I hope that gave you guys a little bit more insight as to him and to how stable and sturdy he is. And if anybody was still on the deciding side if they were going to get him or not, hopefully this helped you decide that.